Good morning, good morning. It's Monday morning. Oh gosh. Good morning, you. Hi. Yeah, good morning. It's Monday morning. And I'm heading out on my first appointment. I'm off to Surrey. If this is the first time you've joined me here on my YouTube channel, good morning. Excuse me if I look a little distracted. I'm actually trying to set up my Tommy, my GPS, what do they call it? Because I'm not confident about the route, and I certainly need to check out the address for where I'm going. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, so I've just set up my GPS. I'm on my way to Surrey this morning, and it's Monday, as I said earlier. It's the beginning of the working week, although, as I've said to you before, if you've watched me previously, I have a day job and I'm trying to establish my side hustle. And when I say I have a day job, I'm a freelancer, but in many respects there are still some confinements to working in this way, because I exchange time for money, which is essentially what I'm trying to kind of move away from. Not entirely, because
drive 0.5 miles, enter roundabout.
You're going to get this. I have been in the social work field for over 30 years, and I know a lot about it. There isn't much I don't know about this profession, and although I may not be an expert in everything, I have many years under my belt, so I don't really want to abandon all that knowledge and all that wisdom, and I enjoy sharing it with those who are up and coming. So I'm not about to give that up, but at the same time I'm also entering the next chapter of my life in terms of middle age. Well, not middle age, no, the third age, if you like.
Enter roundabout, then take first exit.
Okay, so I'm going to I want to start something that I can focus on as I reduce my
drive 2 miles, then enter roundabout.
Social work activities. This is going to be a bit of a pain, isn't it, really? Constant interruptions from Tommy, as I like to call it. And that's really something, I suppose, I'm welcoming your company, if you like, in terms of the journey that I'm on, and the twists and turns, and hopefully, as an ordinary individual, or speaking as an ordinary individual, you may also learn as I'm learning along the way. So anyway, this is my YouTube channel, which, yes, I will be talking about my journey in terms of developing online business, or the activities that I'm having to engage in to kind of progress along that road. But I'm about more than that, and I also like to watch others on YouTube, sharing their story, because it encourages me to kind of share mine. And the point of all this is that it's kind of like a legacy activity, but at the same time it's also like a live journal. which, you know, in years to come, assuming of course YouTube continues, I hope it will be of value. Needless to say, it's certainly of value to me, and so, you know, aside from anything else, I'm finding it valuable speaking about, you know, my life as it progresses, particularly in this phase. So this morning I was watching a YouTube video of someone I follow online, and she's young, and I like her YouTube postings, because her vlog postings, because you know, she just speaks very authentically about what she's experiencing. She's a black woman, a young black woman who is a social worker, and she was born and raised partially in Australia, and also spent some time in Ghana, which is where her family are from. And she got me thinking this morning, because she was talking about being a black African in Australia. And what I find really interesting is that, you know, you tend to find that black people universally have so similar experiences. And, you know, I'm glad we have a platform that we can speak to that, because I think as black people, we will speak with each other, and we will share our moans and groans about being black in what is often not necessarily always an openly hostile environment, and at times, you know, the kind of subtle hostility can feel even worse at times, in my view. But anyway, she talked about being a black African woman in Australia, and even though she was born there, she spent some time in Ghana, but most of her life has been spent in Australia, and she still doesn't feel a sense of belonging. She feels more a sense of belonging in Ghana. When she visits Ghana, she feels comfortable, she doesn't feel different, people are welcoming of her, etc., etc. And, you know, I think that the whole video for her was prompted by the she went for a weekend away.
Enter roundabout, then take second
Excuse
exit.
me. So she went to another part of Australia for a weekend break. You know, she needed some rest, and she went away for a weekend with her boyfriend, and she was just sharing how, you know, how difficult that
Drive
was, how
0.3 miles, then enter roundabout.
I guess how fatigued she is with, you know, some of the subtle and sometimes the overt hostility that she experiences. She's called it racism. I would say it's hostility and racism.
In 0.2 miles, enter roundabout, then take fourth exit.
I mean, I must confess that Australia is somewhere I want to visit, purely because the place is huge, and I have a bit of a fascination with it. And, you know, her sharing this experience is not going to stop me, but it got me thinking about the UK. And, you know, there are still places in the UK, despite our multicultural complexion, that I am absolutely certain I would feel uncomfortable in, because I'm black. And, you know, that's kind of difficult.
Fourth exit.
That's kind of difficult to think about, because I'm at a point in life where I kind of want to travel and see different places and
take fourth exit.
You know, but you always have to have that second thought. Now, again, being a woman is another issue too. But being a black woman is something you think, well, do I want to experience anything like this?
Exit left.
Or always have that level of second guessing myself as to whether or not I'm welcome. And in the grand scheme of things, lots of people feel that way for different reasons. But as a black woman, I kind of think, wow, isn't that extraordinary? There are things I want to do, and as much as I feel to a large degree that I'm a confident person, I feel I've done so many things and I've had so many experiences, and I can usually think through on an intellectual level.
Drive 2.5 miles, then exit left.
I don't want to sort of remain in the status quo. So it just got me thinking that there are still limits, be they self-imposed or not, but there's still limits. And this isn't a video that's about decrying white folk or anything of that nature, but it's just an expression of how what goes on in one's head. Oh gosh, I'm just passing what seems to be a bit of a rubbish tip near to where I live. What on earth is this? I passed this last night and it was dark and I was uncertain as to, it looks like a fly tip. Oh, how ghastly. So yeah, any thoughts? Please share them in the comment box below. I'm somewhat distracted because of course I've got to pay attention with my route, and so I may hop back on later just to chat a bit more about this and other topics. But any thoughts, any experiences you want to share? You've been to any places in Britain where you definitely didn't feel welcome? Would be good to know. Not suggesting we stop going places, but it would be good to have some kind of awareness and just to share experiences. Well, I'm out of here. I've got to pay attention to where I'm going because if you know me, my sense of direction can be a little appalling at times, and I don't want to get lost and have to be driving miles out of my way. So take care, have a fantastic day. The weather's awful today in terms of rain, but it's not extremely cold and I'm in the warm car, so I don't feel too bad. Have yourself a fantastic day and take care. Peace.